Welcome back to GH Spoilers channel. Today we will learn about the issue surrounding the Quartermaine crypt and Tracy's outrage over its potential relocation. This unexpected development has sent shockwaves through Port Charles, creating yet another dramatic storyline for fans to follow. Tracy's Quartermaine crisis. Tracy Quartermaine finds herself in a state of absolute fury upon discovering that the family crypt lies approximately 20 feet outside the actual Quartermaine property line. This revelation has created a significant problem as health officials have declared it a public health hazard since it technically sits on public property. Tracy's characteristic indignation has reached new heights as she frantically searches for solutions to prevent the crypt's relocation. The timing couldn't be worse for the Quartermaine matriarch, who has been embroiled in a separate conflict with Drew regarding his use of the family name. This additional stress might potentially soften Tracy's stance on the Drew situation, as she now faces a more pressing battle to preserve the family's final resting place. The question remains whether Tracy will devise a clever last-minute solution, perhaps involving legal maneuvering or calling in favors from influential connections, or if she'll be forced to concede defeat on this deeply personal matter. Jordan and Isaiah's evolving relationship. In a significant development for Port Charles's romantic landscape, Police Commissioner Jordan and the enigmatic Isaiah have finally acted on their simmering attraction. After months of tension and subtle flirtation that had viewers on the edge of their seats, the pair shared their first kiss in a clandestine meeting away from prying eyes. However, their budding romance faces immediate complications. Jordan has been strategically attempting to get close to the wealthy and dangerous warlord Sidwell, hoping to gather enough evidence to bring him to justice. This undercover operation has created significant friction with Isaiah, who expressed considerable displeasure about Jordan putting herself at risk. Despite this initial disagreement, recent developments suggest a thawing in their conflict. Jordan and Isaiah have formed a pact, possibly agreeing to support each other's endeavors and maintain open communication. This alliance could prove crucial as Jordan continues her dangerous game with Sidwell, potentially providing her with additional protection and resources through Isaiah's connections. Dante's strategic move. Dante Falconeri has made a shrewd decision by approaching Maxie Jones for assistance in navigating the increasingly toxic relationship between Brooklyn and Lulu. Recognizing Maxie's unique position as a close friend to both warring women, Dante hopes she can provide insights or potentially mediate the escalating conflict. Maxie finds herself in an extraordinarily difficult position as the confidant to two women whose animosity toward each other has reached unprecedented levels. Her loyalty is being tested as she balances her friendships while potentially helping Dante resolve the situation. The nature of Dante's request remains unclear, but it likely involves finding a way to diffuse tensions between Lulu and Brooklyn before their feud causes irreparable damage. This development showcases Dante's emotional intelligence and strategic thinking. Rather than directly intervening in the conflict between his ex-wife and Brooklyn, he's enlisted the help of someone who understands both women's perspectives and motivations. Whether Maxie can successfully navigate this minefield remains to be seen, but her involvement adds another layer of complexity to this already intricate web of relationships. Chase's mysterious arrest. Detective Harrison Chase has recently made a significant arrest, though the identity of the person in handcuffs remains shrouded in mystery. Speculation runs rampant throughout Port Charles about who might have found themselves on the wrong side of the law. Lulu Spencer emerges as a prime suspect following her virtual confession to breaking and entering Martin Gray's hotel room. Her confrontation with Brooklyn, during which she revealed knowledge about Brooklyn's secret child and Dante's paternity, included damning evidence stored on her phone. This digital trail could easily have led Chase directly to Lulu's doorstep. However, Port Charles has no shortage of candidates for arrest. Recent criminal activities have touched numerous residents, from corporate espionage to more violent offenses. Chase's dedication to upholding the law means no one is beyond his reach, regardless of their social standing or connections. The repercussions of this arrest will undoubtedly send ripples throughout the community, potentially affecting multiple ongoing storylines. Anna and Jason's South American mission. In a high-stakes international operation, Anna Devane and Jason Morgan have formed an unlikely alliance to locate and retrieve Charlotte Cassadine from South America. Their mission carries profound personal significance for Anna, who continues to be haunted by guilt after accidentally shooting Charlotte during a previous confrontation. Intelligence reports indicate that Valentin Cassadine and his daughter Charlotte have established a hidden sanctuary somewhere in South America, living under assumed identities while evading various threats. Their carefully constructed cover has been compromised, however, as the World Security Bureau has somehow managed to pinpoint their location, creating a desperate race against time. The mission's urgency is compounded by Lulu's emotional pleas to reunite with her daughter. Despite their different methods and backgrounds, Anna and Jason have committed to doing whatever necessary to bring Charlotte safely back to Port Charles. Their complementary skills. Anna's espionage expertise and Jason's tactical abilities make them a formidable team, but they face significant obstacles including hostile terrain, potential WSB interference, and Valentin's own considerable resources and cunning. This rescue operation represents a potential redemption arc for Anna, whose professional judgment and personal relationships have been strained by the Charlotte shooting incident. Success could help heal both Anna's self-recrimination and Charlotte's trauma, while failure might irreparably damage multiple lives and relationships. The Brooke-Lynn-Lulu feud intensifies. The long-standing animosity between Brooke-Lynn Quartermaine and Lulu Spencer has escalated to unprecedented levels following Lulu's discovery of Brooke-Lynn's carefully guarded secret. The revelation that Brooke-Lynn gave up a child for adoption, with Dante Falconeri as the father, has transformed their mutual dislike into outright warfare. Lulu's confrontation with Brooke-Lynn demonstrated the lengths to which she's willing to go, including potentially illegal activities like breaking into Martin Gray's hotel room to obtain sensitive documents. The evidence Lulu collected and displayed on her phone not only threatens Brooke-Lynn's privacy but could have devastating implications for multiple relationships throughout Port Charles. This explosive situation has created ripple effects touching numerous lives. Dante finds himself caught between his ex-wife and a woman with whom he apparently shares a previously unknown child. Maxie struggles to maintain friendships with both combatants without betraying either's confidence. And the potential legal consequences of Lulu's actions add yet another layer of complexity to an already volatile situation. The community now watches with bated breath as this conflict unfolds, wondering if reconciliation remains possible or if the damage inflicted will permanently alter Port Charles's social landscape. With emotions running high and secrets continuing to emerge, the Brooke-Lynn-Lulu feud shows no signs of de-escalating without significant intervention. As these dramatic storylines continue to unfold in Port Charles, viewers can expect unexpected alliances, shocking revelations, and the emotional turmoil that makes General Hospital a perennial favorite among soap opera enthusiasts. Next, we will learn about the intriguing developments surrounding Jocelyn Jacks and the new mysterious WSB agent who has entered her life at a pivotal moment. The WSB's newest dynamic, Jocelyn and Vaughn. The dangerous world of international espionage has officially welcomed a new recruit. Jocelyn Jacks, following her recruitment by Brennan, has now been assigned a handler within the WSB, the enigmatic Vaughn, portrayed by newcomer Bryce Durfee, who made his debut appearance on yesterday's episode of General Hospital. This professional pairing immediately sparked interest among viewers, as their initial interaction was charged with unmistakable chemistry that suggests potential for something beyond a mere working relationship. Their first encounter was particularly noteworthy for its timing and execution. The show's directors made a deliberate choice to precede Vaughn's entrance with a poignant flashback of Jocelyn grieving over Dex's body in the hospital, creating a symbolic transition from her past to what might become her future. This juxtaposition served as an emotional punctuation mark, seemingly closing one chapter of Jocelyn's life while simultaneously opening another. As Jocelyn and Vaughn began their training session, the verbal sparring between them revealed a natural rapport that felt both refreshing and promising. Eden McCoy and Bryce Durfee demonstrated immediate on-screen compatibility, suggesting that the producers may have found a compelling new pairing that could captivate audiences in the coming months. Jocelyn's tumultuous romantic history. The path of love has been anything but smooth for Jocelyn Jacques. Her romantic journey thus far has been marked by profound tragedy and heartbreak that would test anyone's resilience. Her first boyfriend, Oscar, succumbed to cancer, a devastating loss that shaped her early experiences with love. More recently, she suffered another traumatic loss when Dex Heller was murdered by Cyrus Renault, the same man whom Jocelyn herself ultimately killed in what can only be described as a cyclical tragedy of vengeance. Between these relationships, Jocelyn also had a connection with Cameron, who, unlike her other boyfriends, remains alive and pursuing his education at Stanford University. This pattern of loss has created an interesting narrative question about Jocelyn's future romantic prospects. Is she somehow cursed in love? This question becomes particularly relevant as she potentially develops feelings for her new WSB handler. The WSB itself presents additional complications for any budding romance. As an agency known for its dangerous missions and high-stakes operations, relationships formed within its ranks carry inherent risks. This professional environment could either strengthen a potential bond between Jocelyn and Vaughn or serve as a compelling obstacle they must navigate together. The premature end of Dex and Jocelyn. Many viewers feel that the relationship between Dex and Jocelyn had significant untapped potential that was cut short by the decision to kill off his character. Evan Hofer brought a compelling vulnerability to Dex, particularly regarding his character's abusive past, a storyline element that was introduced but never fully explored. This premature conclusion to his character arc left many narrative possibilities unexplored. The introduction of Vaughn so soon after Dex's death raises questions about alternative storylines that might have been pursued. A love triangle involving Dex, Jocelyn, and Vaughn could have created rich dramatic tension and complex emotional dynamics for all characters involved. Instead, the writers opted for a clean break, perhaps to establish Vaughn more definitively as Jocelyn's potential new love interest without complications from her past. Speculation about future developments. In the unpredictable world of soap operas, death is rarely permanent, and the possibility of Dex's return cannot be entirely dismissed despite how definitively his death was portrayed. Such a resurrection would create maximum dramatic impact if timed to coincide with Jocelyn and Vaughn developing serious feelings for each other. This kind of shocking return is a classic soap opera trope that could reinvigorate multiple storylines simultaneously. The question remains whether Jocelyn should be allowed time to process her grief and remain single for a while, or if the narrative momentum favors pushing her toward a new relationship with Vaughn. Both approaches have merit from a storytelling perspective. A period of independence could provide character development for Jocelyn outside of romantic entanglements, while an immediate new romance could explore how people sometimes use new relationships to process grief. The potential of Bryce Durfee's Vaughn. Bryce Durfee steps into General Hospital at an interesting juncture, taking on the role of a character who could potentially become a significant player in Port Charles. As Jocelyn's WSB handler, Vaughn occupies a position of authority and expertise that creates an interesting power dynamic between the characters. This professional relationship provides a foundation upon which a more personal connection might develop organically. The decision to pair a relative newcomer like Durfee with Eden McCoy, who has firmly established herself as a talented performer in the role of Jocelyn, suggests confidence in Durfee's abilities to hold his own in significant storylines. Their professional relationship within the WSB framework offers numerous possibilities for high-stakes scenarios that could accelerate emotional bonding. Danger has long been a catalyst for romance in the soap opera genre. Whether Vaughn becomes Jocelyn's next great love or remains strictly professional, his introduction marks a new direction for Jocelyn's character as she navigates the dangerous world of international espionage while still processing her recent traumas. The combination of personal grief and professional danger creates a compelling backdrop for whatever relationship develops between these characters. As viewers, we're left to wonder, is the writing on the wall for a Jocelyn Vaughn romance, or would the character benefit from a period of independence? Only time will tell how this storyline unfolds, but the groundwork has certainly been laid for intriguing developments in the coming episodes. Next, we will learn about the issues surrounding one of daytime television's most compelling figures, whose off-screen challenges have recently captured the attention of fans worldwide. The multifaceted journey of a daytime television icon. Cameron Mathison, the talented performer who brings Drew Quartermaine to life on ABC's beloved soap opera General Hospital, has been navigating a series of personal challenges that mirror the dramatic storylines viewers witness on screen. His professional accomplishments stand in stark contrast to the recent turbulence in his private life, creating a narrative that resonates with many who appreciate the complexities of balancing career success with personal hardships. The actor's portrayal of Drew Quartermaine has earned him significant recognition among daytime television enthusiasts, showcasing his remarkable ability to embody complex characters with depth and authenticity. His performances have consistently demonstrated his range and commitment to the craft, making him a standout talent in the competitive world of soap operas. Despite his professional achievements, recent events have cast a shadow over what would otherwise be a celebrated career trajectory. Recent personal upheavals. The summer of 2024 brought unexpected news that sent ripples through the daytime television community. After 20 years of marriage, a rarity in entertainment circles, Cameron and his wife Vanessa Arevalo filed for divorce in July. This announcement came as a profound shock to fans who had followed their seemingly stable relationship over the decades. The dissolution of such a long-standing partnership inevitably raises questions about the pressures faced by those in the public eye and the challenges of sustaining relationships amid the demands of a high-profile career. The timing of this personal transition coincided with another devastating blow. Earlier in 2024, Cameron experienced the heartbreaking loss of his family home during the catastrophic wildfires that ravaged Los Angeles County. The destruction was complete, leaving nothing but ruins where once stood the residence where he and Vanessa raised their children, a place filled with irreplaceable memories and emotional significance. Confronting devastating loss. In the aftermath of the wildfire, Cameron shared the devastating reality with his followers through social media. With remarkable composure, he posted images of what remained of his beloved home, little more than ash and rubble where family milestones had once been celebrated. His message conveyed both gratitude for safety and profound grief for what was lost. "We are safe. But this is what's left of our beautiful home. Our home where our kids were raised and where they wanted to raise their own someday." The actor's response to this tragedy revealed his compassionate nature, as he extended thoughts to others affected by the ongoing fires, sending so many prayers to everyone being affected by these fires. This expression of concern for fellow victims, even while processing his own loss, speaks volumes about his character and resilience in the face of adversity. The wildfires, which at the time of reporting remained uncontained, continued to threaten countless other homes and communities throughout the region. Professional uncertainties and fan perceptions. Amid these personal challenges, speculation has emerged regarding Cameron's professional future with General Hospital. Industry insiders have suggested that the actor may be considering an early exit from his contract, a possibility that has generated considerable discussion among the show's dedicated viewership. This potential development would represent yet another significant change during an already tumultuous period in the actor's life. Observant fans have noted subtle shifts in Cameron's portrayal of Drew Quartermaine in recent episodes. Social media platforms have become forums for discussion about perceived changes in his performance energy and character interpretation. While some viewers have expressed concern that these differences might indicate diminished enthusiasm for the role, others recognize that personal circumstances inevitably influence creative expression, particularly in the demanding environment of daily television production. The intersection of personal trauma and professional demands. The convergence of divorce proceedings, home destruction, and career pressures creates an extraordinary burden for anyone to bear. For performers like Cameron, whose work requires emotional availability and consistent energy. Navigating such personal turmoil while maintaining professional commitments presents unique challenges. The vulnerability required to portray dramatic storylines convincingly becomes considerably more complex when one's own life contains parallel emotional upheavals. Industry veterans understand that the rigorous production schedule of daytime television, with its demanding memorization requirements and emotional performance expectations, leaves little room for personal recovery time. This reality makes Cameron's continued presence on screen all the more remarkable, regardless of any perceived changes in his performance style or energy.